Hey everybody, Sinister Lex here, and this is just an update on where my Upwork progress stands. So, Upwork, we're a little bit over a week, just a hair over a week, moving into week 2, and at the end of my first week, I had 3 clients, 2 5-star feedbacks, and 2 clients that I declined, I did not work with them. So technically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a total of 5 jobs that I could have taken if I wanted to, but 2 of those weren't right for me. They weren't even copywriting, I don't even know what they were, so I declined those. So that pretty much just proves everything that everyone says about Upwork being too saturated to find work. We've already eliminated that one. That one is totally gone, and now we're moving into week 2. And to kickstart this week, I applied to 2 gigs. I've already withdrawn one of those. They just weren't responding fast enough for me. Sorry, missed your chance. The other one, they wanted something. I noticed something about it, and I wanted to tell you guys about this one. It's kind of important because what he asked for was for the person applying to write a story about a brand, about a product, so he could see your storytelling capabilities. This is really interesting because only 5 other people applied to this gig besides me. And then when I applied, the guy reached out. I put thought into this, okay? And the reason only 5 people applied is because they were gonna have to actually put freaking thought into their Upwork proposal. And that's a real problem for most people because they don't know how to think, they don't have a fucking thought in their mind. So, if any of you out there would have just put in a proposal and put in a little work to this, you might have gotten hired. But instead, I was the one there, I was the one who stood out, and I was the one who offered samples and wrote this story for this guy. Now, it was for product descriptions. I love product descriptions. I really like them just because they're like short, they're fun, I can be passionate and write passionately about them. So it was for product descriptions. I applied and he responded almost immediately. He's like, I love your writing, this is amazing, greatest thing ever. And then he said something that I was like, whatever, but he was like, well, I want to wait until tomorrow so I can see what else comes in. Now, if any of you have ever watched Shark Tank, you know how this scenario plays out. You try to fuck around too long, and then one of those sharks who offered you a deal pulls that shit back. Now, anyone who knows me, you kind of know what my writing is like. You know what people say about my writing. You already know, like, everybody wants a piece of this. But it's just not out there for everyone. This guy was getting a steal at $50 an hour. He was stealing my writing, okay? That's pretty markety if you guys didn't catch that. But yeah, by the way, I upped my rates to $50 an hour. I skipped right over everything in between. I went from $5 an hour to $50 an hour. I do not recommend doing this because it's not going to work for you guys. I can do it because I can write my way to $50 an hour. I promise you that. My proposals say it, my profile says it, everything about me screams $50 an hour or more, and that's why I can do that. So that's why I submitted a proposal at $50 an hour. He was considering it, and yeah, you guys should go from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 if you're new, if you're just getting into copywriting, if you're just getting into Upwork or whatever skills it is that you're getting into. Do it the way I did it before, not the way I'm doing it right now, because this way I don't see it working out very well for you. I can deliver at that rate. I can deliver at $50 an hour. I can over-deliver at $50 an hour and create something that people are like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Can you do that? I don't know. Do you have the confidence to do that? Do you know how to work with clients in a way that's going to avoid you getting negative feedback? I don't know about that for you. So if you want the easier route, you want the route that's going to save you a lot of heartache, then it's 5 to 10 to 15. Actually, I did 5 to 10 to 20 to 30 to 50 to 100. That's the route I went before. I'm not going that route this time just because I don't have to and I don't care that much anymore. Like, I can get clients anytime. So, back to the topic. This guy wanted to wait an extra day, so I let him do that. I let him wait until today. He gets back with me. He had already told me he was probably going to hire me. Now he's ready to hire me. And he starts sending me all this stuff. I thought it was kind of weird that he didn't hire me on the spot the first day, but we got to the second day, and I noticed, something happened. Something happened that I wanted to tell you guys about, and this has happened to me a lot before, so I've learned to recognize it when it happens. He sent me all this information, and the first thing that happens, I noticed that he's from Australia, not Singapore. Now, that's not a big deal. I mean, we didn't talk about that before, but here's the thing. I'm pretty sure I've only worked with 2 clients on Upwork who were from Australia. And both of those clients were a royal pain in my you-know-what. So whenever I see Australian clients coming to me, that automatically is like, I don't know, because the other people I've worked with from Australia, not hating on Australia. I mean, some of you guys might be pretty cool. I like that border show that you guys got, but the clients on Upwork, I haven't had good experiences with them, so that's kind of carrying over to this new guy because I found out he's from Australia, and it says he's from Singapore, so now I feel like I'm being, something's just a little off. And then I click on his links. He's showing me his products and stuff. I click on that, and it's a fucking pillow, you guys. It's a pillow. I'm like looking at this thing, it's a fucking pillow. You want me to write passionate copy, storytelling copy about a pillow. And I'm like looking at this like, oh my god, this is gonna be the most mind-numbing thing I've ever done in my life. So that was number 2. That's strike 2, right? And then I go back in there and I start reading this stuff, and he sends me all this information, and then he starts talking about how he doesn't have an unlimited budget and blah 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 blah, and that was it for me. I got that gut feeling. I was like, oh. So now it's all in the clear why you weren't putting that product out there up front. Didn't want us to know about it because what? We care that you're selling a fucking pillow? We don't care. Nobody's gonna steal your pillow idea, bro. I mean, you don't even have the copy for it yet, so whatever. Anyway, I'm not trying to harp on this client. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. He's not a bad guy because I'm a bad guy and I like bad guys, but that guy's not a bad guy. So he's something else. He's one of those shifty marketer pillow people. Anyway, I don't like to work with those people. I don't want to work with shifty marketer pillow people. So I went in, and even though I had an offer for $50 an hour, note guys, at $50 an hour, I would easily reach my goals, right? I would easily reach my goals with that client. If I took on any other clients, I would hit whatever my goals are. By the way, some of you think my goal is $1,000 or $2,000 a month. It's not. I really don't have a goal for Upwork. I don't even give a shit about Upwork. I'm just showing you guys that you can make money there easily and quickly if you want to for whatever other pursuits you're going for. But the real purpose of this video and this Upwork update, I wanted to tell you to listen to your fucking gut. Whenever it says something's off, man, you gotta listen to that on Upwork, because if you don't, you're gonna wind up with negative feedback. You're gonna wind up with something less than 5 stars, and that is gonna hurt you in the long run. So even though this guy was willing to offer me $50 an hour, I declined it. I withdrew. Even though I already had the job, he had ruled out everyone else. He was said, here you go, it's yours. I said, no thanks. Sorry. Because he was treating me like an employee. Something in his words were coming across like you were an employee and I am the client. But he's mistaken, because I'm no employee, I'm a fucking contractor. And you guys are contractors, and if you let people treat you like employees, you're gonna get treated like an employee. So, I withdrew. I said thanks, but no thanks. Not passionate about this, not interested. Goodbye. That's that, guys. It's how you avoid problems on Upwork. If you just work with people who you know you can help, you know that you're interested in their product enough to write about it, or their page or their website or whatever it is. Work with people that have interesting shit for you, stuff that you're good at, stuff that jives with you. And if you ever get those gut feelings, just call it right there. Just call it. The first sign of a gut feeling, call it. Only work with people who meet your standards. And I offered to meet this guy on Skype or Zoom or anything else from day one. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to skip straight to the job so he could take control, treat me like an employee, because that's what you do. He doesn't feel that it's important enough to meet me face to face to know if I'm someone who can work with him. So, that's one of the reasons why I say meet them face to face too. Meet on Skype, meet on Zoom, meet on whatever you gotta meet on a freaking phone call, because that's how you can show that you are someone you're on the same level. We're on the same playing field here. So that's also how you can get higher rates. You can charge higher rates when you're on a phone call. And if they don't want to do that, tough shit. Goodbye. At least that's my thought. I don't know. You guys can take whatever you want. You can take any shitty jobs you want. You can take low-paying jobs. You can take 100 pages of web copy for $10 if you want. But I promise you're going to be miserable with it, so I would avoid it if I were you. Anyway, let me know down below your experiences. Like, what experiences have you had like this? Have you ever had that gut feeling? And did you ignore it? Did you follow through with it? Did you just go ahead and apply and take the job anyway? How did it turn out for you? That's the most important thing. How did it turn out for you when you had that gut feeling and you ignored it? And that's all I got for this one, guys. It turned out for me horribly every time I ignore my gut feeling. But anyway, I'm Sinister Lex. Subscribe down below if you want to see more. Like this video if you liked anything in it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.